Hello there. Welcome to our poster presentation on teleconference, which is an effective mode of communication available to first cycle complete response DMF letters. The purpose of this presentation is to show you the process and steps for teleconference, the review timelines here at the agency with regards to teleconference, agency and industry responsibilities, and explain the grant deny process and what it means. My name is Commander Benjamin Danso. I'm the lead project manager from the Office of Program and Regulatory Operations, and I'm solely dedicated in working closely with our Division of Lifecycle API. In today's poster presentation, I am here with one of our finest reviewers in the person of Gianni Pereira, who's a chemist with the Division of Lifecycle API. So, teleconference is popularly known as DMF meeting request. So I would like to request for your full attention for the next couple of minutes so I can download this important information to you. So teleconference is one of two modes of communication established under GDUFA I between the agency and the drug master file holder. It is known to be a very effective path of communication available to you, industry, in reference to deficiencies issued by the agency upon completion of first cycle review of a drug master file. Teleconference was first implemented under GDUFA I, and I say it again, is referred to by many as the DMF meeting request. So the process and steps for industry. DMF holders can and are encouraged to submit a written request for a 30-minute teleconference. The goal of this request is to discuss content of the first cycle deficiencies issued as part of the complete response letter. DMF holders must not only request this in writing, but the request must be within 20 business days from the time of receipt of the complete response letter. This request must identify specific issues that needs to be addressed. The written request should be submitted through the electronic submission gateway and should be followed with email notification to the DMF OGD mailbox with a carbon copy to the regulatory project manager listed on the CR letter. This helps to ensure that your request is received with no glitches, if any. So the process and how it goes here at the agency. When a formal meeting request is received from the industry, the submission is processed as part of the DMF records, whilst a review project is created in our review platform. This review project is managed by the RBPM in OPRO, and OPRO stands for the Office of Program and Regulatory Operations. The RBPM assigns the review task to the review team located in the Division of Lifecycle API. From the time of receipt of a written request, DLAPI has 20 days to make a decision on the submission. Now, for those who do not know what DLAPI is the acronym that we use for Division of Lifecycle API. So to continue, Your meeting request submission is qualified as one of the following: teleconference granted, teleconference granted with written response, or meeting request denied. So now, let's look at a grant denied decision. When a written T-con request is granted, it means that the agency is open. Yes, we are open to have a 30-minute meeting with the industry. Okay? For a grant with a written response T-con request, the agency issues a formal written documentation to the industry. And this documentation contains detailed explanation to the issues you brought to our attention. At this point, the industry have one of two choices to make. That is, industry can opt out of the 30-minute T-con should they find the agency's written response satisfactory, or if not, then the RBPM would work with the firm to schedule a meeting. So if you don't want to opt out of after receiving the written response, you can opt in by reaching out to the RBPM and have them work with you to schedule a meeting. A meeting request could be denied for other reasons, most especially if the questions being asked are not in relation to the CR letter you received, or your request is outside the 20-day window. In this instance, an email exchange route will be offered. So on this slide here is a very simplified pictorial diagram of the teleconference timelines. So you see here that we send you the complete response letter, and that is counted as day 0. And you have from the date you receive it up until 20 days, you, the DMF holder, to send in the formal written request. Once we receive that, between days 20 and 40, we make two decisions. A meeting project is created by the RBPM, and a decision will have to be made by DLAPI. Now, between days 40 and 50 is when we either grant or deny the request. And then after day 50, a meeting is conducted based on whether you are opting in or you are opting out. Now, let's talk about the email exchange route. When a teleconference written request cannot be processed for any reason, it is worth to know that the email exchange route is just as effective. DMF holders will be notified in email should a T-con request be denied and changed to email exchange. It is worth noting that email exchanges are not specific to a letter type. Neither are they subject to a review cycle. So this mode of communication has gradually become very popular with the industry. It seems very popular with the industry. So we encourage you to take full advantage of it. Let's look further when it comes to email exchange in lieu of teleconference. When should industry decide which path to take? Whether they should come the teleconference route or do email exchange? Please pay close attention. Teleconference is limited to first cycle DMF complete response letters only and must be requested in writing 20 business days upon receipt of your CR letter. Very important. The request must identify specific issues in the CR letter that needs to be addressed in the teleconference. Our Division of Lifecycle API does have 30 days to either grant or deny your request. Now, email exchange. When it comes to email exchange, industry does have some flexibility on what qualifies. I know that sounds great. You do have flexibility on what qualifies. Email exchange is not limited to any particular type of letter. So it is not limited to any particular type of letter, be it CR or DMF deficiency. Neither is it limited to a review cycle. So this means industry may submit such requests at any point. So unlike T-con, email exchange does allow industry to send in a follow-up request should you have any additional questions in regards to our response. That is great. On this slide, we would like to share with you data comparing extent of T-cons and email exchange. So a side-by-side comparison of data collected from fiscal year 2017 through fiscal year 2020 shows that the Division of Lifecycle API does have a review completion rate of over 97% for T-con written requests and email exchange. Big deal. This is great accomplishment. This comparison stands to show the effectiveness of either communication pathways. So either communication pathways, we have proven by this data to show to you that both are very effective communication pathways. However, it is very clear from the data that industry does lean more towards email exchange than teleconference. So we would like to encourage you to start, if not already, considering and understand that teleconference is available to you and is just as effective as email exchange. It's exciting for me to present to you that slides number 11 and 12 that stand to show how the agency has religiously stuck with our GDUFA II commitment. So this data that you're seeing shows you the number breakdown per fiscal year from 2017 to 2020 of the total number of meetings requested, the total number of meetings granted, the median response time in days to grant meeting or grant with written response. And this particular slide is in relation to the commitment that we made for teleconferencing. On this slide here, it talks about our commitment on email exchange. So this spans from fiscal year 2018 through to fiscal year 2020. It shows the total initial email exchange completed, the median days to response to initial email exchange, total follow-up email exchange completed, and the median days to response follow-up email exchange. Now, we use these two slides to let you know that both pathways are just as effective, and again, you are encouraged to take advantage of them. Now, here are some helpful tips to industry. For questions regarding first cycle complete response letters, we encourage you to utilize T-con process since these are direct meetings. Follow the instructions on the CR letter to submit the T-con request in a timely manner. Industry has found email exchange as an effective option and is available in situations where T-con is not appropriate. And for questions, please reach out to us at the listed email address. Thank you, and you may send your questions regarding this presentation to the email address provided here for DMF Workshop 2020 at fda.hhs.gov. And you may also refer to the following presentation on March 3rd for additional information. And that is Effective Communication Strategies for Drug Master Files or DMFs by David Skenchi and myself, Benjamin Danso. Once again, thank you.